Cinnamon Rage here, and welcome to race 14 of the ILR 3 Season 6 calendar, and it's Monza. You can actually see I get P9. I had done better in practice, but to be honest, the best I probably achieved was at 20 dead, so I would have at most jumped one place, so it was a not bad qualifying for me. Kicking off at the start of the race here, just trying to play it safe. I get slightly bumped into by RBZ and I just get a wee bit hesitated because of it, and I make a bad gear selection which stalled me out a wee bit, so apologies to anyone who had to brake hard behind that. But you've got Hamilton just going past, who I think actually started in like 15th or something ridiculous like that and just got an absolute worldie sort of start it. I mean, huge jump. Maybe I may have kept him behind if I hadn't messed up my gears, but yeah, doubt it. He was just on an absolute flyer. So we're going to kind of enter the first phase of the race, sticking with it for lap 1. Apologies in advance, this may be, you can actually see a wee bit of lag from Hamilton, I forgot that happened, but that was the one and only time it happened, so it wasn't actually an issue going forward. I do try and go round him on the outside there through a scary, but yeah, there was just nowhere to go, so I do back out. Barkey's just left the session again. As with this league so often this season, we've got the full grid of 20, which is just, yeah, again, Mother League tends to be around about 11, actually, probably on average, so it's pretty awesome. Although it does obviously make it even harder for me to get points in a league that's this quick, but I'm happier that way. I prefer racing people that are fast, gives me a better challenge, and it'll hopefully improve me as well. But you will see quite a bit of fast forwarding in this, just because I want to show you that I am keeping up with traffic, show you that I am basically managing to hang on to people. Obviously Hamilton here is on the slower tyre, but again, quicker driver, the fact that I'm still hanging on and challenging him is a good thing. I do make a bit of a mistake here. I go past just for the DRS line and I have a fairly poor run through the Parabolica, and you can see there's no guides coming up for DRS, so he's just going to go straight back past me. And yeah, that was a wee bit of a mistake on my part. As I say though, I'm going to use a bit of fast forwarding here, so luckily the program I'm using seems to do fast forwarding pretty smooth, so it shouldn't be too juddery like it is when I'm seeing it in the preview window. Sitting a wee bit behind Hamilton just now. I'm also, you'll notice, not actually running rich or high ERS. I'm just kind of saving it, knowing I was a wee bit quicker through a scary last time, and also additionally not wanting to go past him. You can see he starts slow down. I think he must have been running low or something to try and get me to overtake, but I resist the temptation, and with the intention of getting in the DRS this time, fire it in to overtake Rich, and yep, I do get the DRS. So you can see just following him here as he moves out to the right. I tend not to get that close before moving out from behind somebody, just because F1 2018 had some of the worst desync you've ever seen, so I'm a wee bit scarred by it, so I tend not to sit that close to the back of somebody's car. I tend not to try and get that close to anybody's car, to be honest, because of the desync that you used to see in the previous game. Cheesy Dreams gets a wee bit of a poor run there through the second chicane on the track, just at the start of the second sector, and it does allow me to get quite close to him. Unfortunately, not quite getting the run after his incidents to actually make any big difference, so I'm not going to be able to actually capitalise on Cheesy's bad kind of run there. But again, I find that I'm fairly good at the scary, which was surprising because it is very tricky to get right. And I'm going to get a good run here, although I do drift. Yeah, I don't know if it was dirty air or I tried to get on the power too quickly, but I wasn't going to be able to capitalise here. So I just kind of initially make a move for the inside line, hoping for a mistake, but nothing coming. Although I almost got straight into the back of Cheesy Dreams there, just coming out of the first chicane. Just had a much better sort of exit. But cutting on to lap 8, we, as you can see, didn't have a great couple of laps there, dropped back a wee bit, but he almost goes back into the Jamie OC in absolute lol, and it meant he just ran a wee bit wide, and not only I managed to get a jump on Cheesy Dreams, but so did ILRT Hamilton. The hope was if I could have get past, then at least he would have held up Hamilton behind me, but it was not to be. Absolute All and Jamie, they're now starting to battle ahead of me, which again, you've always got to hope when people are battling like that you can take advantage of it and catch up a wee bit. But Jamie just seems to get a bad run on the curb and basically fires it into the gravel. So that's me gone from P9 to P7, which is not too bad, and getting an absolute great run onto Absolute Lol here, but I didn't quite have a straight line speed to get alongside him. He's probably running kind of all the fuel mixes as well, and yeah, I was never really going to be able to go down the inside into Scary. More just give myself clearance for braking, but you can actually see here he dabs the brakes early, just before the line, which, yeah, well, yeah, it allowed me to go past, basically, which meant he could DRS on me. So unfortunately, just fast forwarding along the straight, it was pretty much an inevitability, and that's me back behind Absolute Lol. Now we're on sort of lap 9, so a third of the way through the race. I feel like I'm being held up. We are on the same tyre compound. Hamilton had dropped back a wee bit, but he's coming right back onto the back of us. But this time, I'm not going to make the same mistake again. You can see I'm running standard and none. I'm not going to basically, yeah, I'm not going to allow him to just sort of dab the brakes and drop behind again but didn't even need to worry about it too much. He nipped into the pits. And on reflection, I probably should have gone there as well, but I just wasn't actually paying attention. But actually just a wee bit of battling there with him and just running standard and none to allow me to get DRS allowed Hamilton to get right onto the back of me, which was just a bit annoying. So we're just going to cut on to the end of the lap, and you're going to see that Hamilton has opened a wee bit of a gap. My tyres were going off at this point, so I'm just going to come in, making sure no 5-second penalties. 50 out of 80 miles an hour, kilometers an hour is fine for the pits. I'll take it. So I'm coming out behind LCR Benz. I'm really not far off some of the guys that would end up being the front runners, but I've been jumped by Absolute Lol again. Undercut did work for him, and ILRT Button. So yeah, it says, well, you can see on his car, it looks like he's on the soft compound tyre, but actually it does say in the top left that he's on the mediums. He's been on these since the start, and he gets a wee bit close there, which, as I say, is fine, except for just general trust issues with desync in Codemasters games. But I do get the move done, another overtake to add to my list for this race, which was pretty nice. But now I'm really the goal is to just chase down Absolute Lol. But you're going to see here, there's a bit of carnage up ahead as both Expert Amond and Jack RT, who's won the championships, and a tyre that's miles down the road. Yeah, as I say, like, I'm always dependent on people having incidents. Like, the pace of the people in this league is so high that I do need it. Absolute Lol looks like he's following Revolution into the pits, but obviously he was just trying to get as much slipstream as possible on this run. But I get an even better run, and I do go into sort of low mode for the corner a wee bit early, but I actually take a bit of a hit in the side there from Absolute Lol. But I do I kind of tuck in quite a lot in the corner to make sure he'd room in the outside, but yeah, it just took a wee bit of a hit. But that's the thing with this track, if you get a good run, then yeah, you're past. So we could have been trading these positions for quite some time. So yeah, it was a wee bit annoying. I knew my pace was good, but I just couldn't create that 1 second gap just to get out of DRS on him. It's just, there's so few places to do it. Like, you can see I'm in DRS the whole time, but I have to kind of sit back and wait for this straight. And so I knew he was going to probably try and brake a bit early, so I go down the inside, and I do get a wee bit unsettled by the curb, but Absolute Lol seems to try and take a kind of normalish racing line despite me being on the inside, and it just causes me a half spin. Now, as you can see, he's away at this point. And not only that, but I've got Cheesy Dreams right behind me. And yeah, I'm going to cross the line. I'm now 4.5 seconds down on, and that's before even the end of the straight, so it's going to be probably near about 5 or 6. But I was so concerned about the guys behind that I lock up, miss my braking point completely. But I know this is a guaranteed 10-second penalty if you don't, so I just basically almost stopped to let those guys back in front. Probably slightly overcooked it, but there's no point getting 10 seconds and then having to appeal it. You just kind of have to trust the game and just assume everyone's getting treated the same way. So Hamilton's off and gone, but I have caught back up to Cheesy now that we're on about lap 19, and I've got a good run. I don't know why I don't slipstream more. I think it's just, again, running none on ERS just because I don't want to accidentally give him DRS on myself. Also, just being none as you enter that corner obviously gives you a wee bit of a boost on ERS as well. Refill it, because you can see I'm quite low. I'm like less than a quarter of my ERS left, in fact less than a fifth now. But I do get the move done quite easy in Cheesy Dreams, so that's me up to 8th. So up ahead, you can see I have Absolute Lol. I'm catching back up again. I don't know if I'm going to do a wee cut just before this, but as I say, I was probably about 5 and a bit seconds behind him after the spin, maybe even up to 6. I've got it down to 2.3. So I'm catching up, and I'm catching up quite well. So Cheesy Dreams is behind, but Dragon Shanley just did pit, and he is on the soft tyre. And yeah, I'm not going to be able to keep him behind. He's catching a fair rate of knots. So the goal was just, I'm not going to slow down to let him pass, but I'm not going to fight it when he does get alongside. But thankfully, Dragon Shanley, he didn't try and pull any moves like there at the Lesmo 1 or Lesmo 2. And yeah, as I say, I wasn't going to fight him for it, but obviously you can't communicate that during the race. So you just have to trust that he's going to wait till he hits a straight and take advantage of the DRS, which he does, and as I say, I don't fight it. The hope now, as I run a wee bit wide there through Scary, is that him and Absolute Lol fight. Now, I knew at this point Absolute Lol was in 3 seconds worth of a penalty, so I just needed to finish within 3 seconds of him to get P8. So there wasn't a massive impetus to try anything crazy. I just wanted to ensure that I was as close to him as possible so that I could, well, just collect his position basically. So you can see here, coming out of the initial chicane, Absolute Lol actually does make another mistake, just the same as before, and honestly I just follow up with the same with my fuel mix. But yeah, he seemed to pinch me quite a lot there, and it actually almost took himself out, but obviously it jeopardises me as well, and I just find that a bit frustrating. Just seems like a bit daft pushing in somebody, but anyway, I'm kind of dropping back a wee bit, but not too much. I'm going to manage to keep DRS, which is something I need to do given he's got DRS still from Dragon Shanley in front. And once again loses the back end, and once again I make the mistake of not leaving the fuel mix from low to anything higher quickly enough, especially with 2 laps to go and I've got 40% of my ERS left. That was just daft. But I leave quite a lot of room in the corner, and he doesn't return the favour in the next corner as he goes straight across it. But as I say, backed out, playing it safe, don't want to lose my nose, don't want to get spun. I know he's a 3-second penalty, I just need to keep within that 3 seconds. There's no point trying anything daft, anything fancy, and yeah, I'll always go alongside, because you never know, you may make a mistake or I may get an amazing run, but wasn't the case here, so happy to cede the corner once again. And yeah, just now, penultimate lap, just going to again, as I've done so many times this race, I'm just going to fast forward through to the end of the lap, and you can see just after this scary chicane where I get another decent run, entering into the last lap, I got a really good run through the Parabolica as he drifts a fraction wide, but not onto the AstroTurf, nothing that'll actually hamper him in any way. Fire up into overtake into Rich, DRS, move out probably a fraction too early again out of that, but I'm going to get the move done. I'm not going to cede the corner this time. And that's it. Last lap. No more really long DRS straights to go. And I've overtaken him. I'm going to get 8th on the track. And actually, he did another one of his moments just out of that corner. But this time, unfortunately for him, he gave himself some wing damage. And that really meant that was it for his race. So 3-second gap. Not that I would have complained about taking positions through time penalties. It's been something I've done this season many a times, but it's really nice just getting it done on track when we've been battling for so long this race. And right on cue, I jumped 2 positions by getting 6th by jumping 2 people with time penalties. Honestly, best result. Absolutely stoked. And no time penalties to boot. But anyway, I'm going to cut some footage I stole from the live stream from our commentator Jess, just because honestly hearing this just made me so happy.
So that was unfortunate. Cinema Rage is going to get another shot again. He's going to get DRS, but I think he's just a little bit too further back to make the move. I think at the moment. He just can't do it. He just can't do it at all, which is sad, I've got to say. And he's got a few chances to do it. Schweiz might have made a little bit of a mistake, because Ninja Nuke is around 14.5 seconds clear of Schweiz at the moment. But here we go, final lap, Super Rage. What can he do? He's got to do it. Maybe he was staying back due to the fact that he wanted to get DRS, but maybe absolutely he's going to get DRS. No! Yeah, so Drag Shade 5th, Sim Rage 6th. So RBZ then dropping way down the order due to his 10-second penalty, but I think it probably won't matter due to the fact he disconnected. But Cinema Rage P6, his best result of the season. He'll be mighty impressed with that. I'll be impressed. I thought for his spins it would have been game over, but I think Epix has been spinning.
So thanks again to Jess. I hope you don't mind that I stole some of your commentary from the live stream, but honestly just wanted to include it in this because I mean these videos are first and foremost a wee record for myself for my time league racing. So again, thanks. It really does make the live streams so good. But I have to say it's not actually my finishing position that I mentioned just for the replay there. I've had to make a wee change to the video because the stewards inquiries come in, and I've actually jumped a position due to Dragon Shanley getting a penalty. So what's unfortunate for him has actually been kind of good for me, unfortunately. Sorry, Dragon Shanley. But I've jumped to 5th, which is now about the same amount of points I've had for the entire season. So yeah, pretty chuffed with that. I don't think I'll do better this season, but genuinely don't mind. Just to get a 5th place against this kind of competition is just freaking awesome. So again, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe if you want to, and I will catch you next time. Bye.